is Thursday, February 19th, a Fox News alert. President Obama doubles down on his refusal to call ISIS Islamic terrorist.
We are not at war with Islam. We are at war with people who have perverted Islam.
And that's not all. The president's comments that are turning heads this morning.
Adorable dogs missing after armed men carjack a doggy daycare van. The desperate search at this hour to bring all of these cute, beloved pets home.
And the Girl Scout cookies crumble. The shortage that is going to make satisfying your cookie craving hard. It's true, hard to swallow. Fox and Friends First starts right now.
Morning. We're going to tell you about that story coming up. Good morning to you. You're watching Fox and Friends First on this Thursday morning.
Yes.
I'm Ainsley Earhart.
Almost there to the end of the week. I'm Heather Childers. Thank you so much for starting your day with us, as always. Right now, though, we're going to get straight to that Fox News alert. President Obama doubling down again, refusing to call ISIS Islamic terrorists.
Oh, and that's not all. The president says we are not at war with Islam. Leland Vittert is live down in Washington. He's been following this story for us all night. Leland.
Ladies, good morning to you. The Anti-Violent Extremism Counterterrorism Summit continues today. That's what the White House calls it, although the White House has been hard-pressed to explain the deliverables, meaning exactly what will come out of these discussions. And still, they are refusing to label even ISIS as Islamic terrorists. The president's speech to Muslim leaders was rich with language, but short on how the U.S. would win on the battlefield against ISIS and against al-Qaeda, instead focusing on how to help Muslims.
We do have to address the grievances that terrorists exploit, including economic grievances. Poverty alone does not cause a person to become a terrorist, any more than poverty alone causes somebody to become a criminal.
He is insulting, I think, so many millions of reform-minded Muslims who are trying to reject and push back theocracy, and the leader of the free world in the meantime is saying that, well, these terror groups are sort of coming out of thin air, and it's just sort of a crime, education, and a job problem, which is absurd and oversimplifying.
The White House also had a tough time yesterday answering questions about the tragic case of 3 Muslim American University of North Carolina students shot and killed last week. Last Friday, a presidential statement said people should not be targeted for, quote, the way or how they worship. Yesterday at the White House press briefing, Josh Earnest said it was still unclear if religion had anything to do with them being shot. Two very different versions. Heather?
All right. Thank you very much. Leland Vittert reporting live for us. Well, he said that Israel should be a suspect in the 9/11 attacks. And now the controversial Muslim leader that we're speaking about is invited to the White House. Salam al-Marayati, founder of the Muslim Public Affairs Council, tweeted this photo saying that he is joining Vice President Joe Biden at the Violent Extremism Summit. Critics worry that this could undermine the message and offend our allies.
I think it's a slap in the face to Israel. I mean, the Speaker Boehner invites Prime Minister Netanyahu. This administration invites a terrorist sympathizer. I think the contrast is clear. Israel has been our partner in the war on terrorism. You know, I'm speechless because, once again, it's a slap in the face of Israel, and certainly this is why our allies don't trust us and our enemies no longer fear us.
Another Muslim leader attending the summit from Boston reportedly has ties to the Tsarnaev brothers.
It's time now for Look Who's Talking. Charles Krauthammer slamming the president and his comments, saying he is out of touch with reality.
It's the president himself who called the three-day summit, and it sounds like a community organizer talking about outreach to aggrieved communities. If you listen to the president today and his emphasis on Islamic grievances, on reaching out, on making Muslims feel comfortable and not excluded, you would think that we are responding to the execution, the beheading of 21 Muslims on behalf of 21 extreme Christians somewhere in the world. It is so divorced from reality, as if the problem is the lack of understanding of Muslim grievances, particularly in the Middle East.
Well, let's keep talking about the president's refusal to call ISIS Islamic terrorists. What message is he sending to our enemies? Log on to the Fox and Friends First Facebook page right after this show for a live debate. It's #KeepTalking.
Well, the Justice Department reportedly ready to sue police in Ferguson, Missouri over racial discrimination tactics. The feds wrapping up its investigation into a lawsuit that accuses officers of targeting minorities with traffic tickets and jailing them if they couldn't pay the fines. A new report suggests the Justice Department will sue Ferguson PD if it does not make changes on its own. This just days before results are released